Or do they know what their break-even point is in their business? In simple terms, your break-even point is where you're selling your goods or service for the same amount that it cost you. So you're breaking even. You're not gaining anything. You're not losing money, but you're not making any money either. So why is this important to know as a business owner? Well, you obviously are in business to make money. I think most people would agree. So if you know what your break-even point is, that tells you one of two things. It either says, okay, I either have to raise my price so that I can make more money, or I have to decrease my costs so that I can make more money. So it's a good starting point in conversations, and when you're looking at your financials, it's a good place to kind of get familiarity with where you are in your business. So the term financial statements is often talked about within the small business community. Well, actually in all large businesses as well, right? But what are they? And typically your financial statements are going to be your profit and loss statement and your balance sheet. And they are very, very important from an accounting perspective, but from a CFO perspective as well. A profit and loss statement tells the business owner, tells anybody that's looking at it, where you are in your business for a given period of time. So a profit and loss statement usually runs for a year. So if you run a profit and loss statement for 3 months, it'll tell you what your business has been doing for those 3 months. Have you been making money or have you been losing money? A profit and loss, when we look at it, it's over a year's period of time, and it tells you what you're doing currently or how you're currently running your business. A balance sheet tells us where you've been. So it is like the houser of all of your history from where you've been since day one, from when you first started your business. So it tells us what your financial liquidity is. It also records what your current profit and loss statement is. So there's a lot of historical information located in a balance sheet. Although most business owners or most small business owners are most familiar with a profit and loss, and that's what they're tracking is what their sales costs and what their net profit is. And when we talk about CFO services particularly, we have to have really clean, accurate information. So having good financial statements is really important, and it's probably a foundation that we want to have before we can really start working on some kind of CFO service for your business. So one big question I get all the time working with clients is, how can I pay myself more, or how can I pay my employees more, but I really don't have the budget or really don't have the dollars to do so? What are different ways that things like that can be achieved? Believe it or not, those are some of the questions that we address while working as a CFO in your business. Is how can you get to the point where you're making the money that you want to make and taking care of your staff? And sometimes you have to think outside the box, right? So you might say, hey, I don't have a lot of dollars, but how can I maybe give them some other goodies that construed as compensation, like maybe offering retirement planning or paying them for mileage if they're traveling for your business, or offering them a cell phone through your company. Those are all some ways that you can think outside the box and help keep some of your hired help without just forking out a bonus.